Happy, excuse me. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let's just do some makeup. I need motivational makeup. How about you? I totally feel like I'm working in a cramped space. I'm going to try and keep this short, hopefully under 15 minutes, so you can at least skim through it if you want to not listen to me talk, because I tend to do that a lot when I'm nervous. So I'm really nervous. Sorry. I got a few products in yesterday and I wanted to try them out today. I got the Rose Dune palette. It's actually I'm having brain farts. Hold on a minute. It's a freaking whole kit that you can order. It was out for a little bit and then it sold out and then it was gone and everybody was like really sad and cried and whined, and then they brought it out again and I didn't get it because I was busy over here making love to the freaking pink and brown one. The Rose, did I call it Rose Dune? It's Luna Dune. So anyways, the Rose Dune, which is a really pretty pink palette that I wear every freaking day of my life. And the Desert Sands, which is really starting to wear on me. I do like it. It's neutral. It's got beautiful matte and shimmer colors. But the Luna Rose, and I will open this for you, also comes with a lipstick in a very sexy, soft case here. Really pretty color. Everything matches. And a matching lip liner. Everything's upside down and backwards right now because I'm in a hurry. Hold on, let me open this because it's backwards. Let me open this and show you what it looks like. It's so freaking pretty. You know when you open stuff and they have that really super ultra tight sticker? I love it when my brain does that with letters. Anyways, my box is destroyed. Let me show you. I should probably delete this and start over, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you my destroyed box. Okay? I ripped the whole damn thing open and threw it away. Anyways, this is so freaking pretty. This definitely mimics, is it Charlotte Tilbury? I don't know. I don't buy that expensive fancy stuff, but so pretty. This is like if champagne were a palette, I think this is it. And now you can totally see how the lip liner and this lipstick that I showed just a little second ago is going to match this amazingly. So I'm so excited to play around with this today. I also have a stick concealer, which I've never tried before. I was really curious to try that. So there's that. Not sure what that color is going to look like on me, but we will see. I also got the cats are going freaky, a cream highlighter and a cream bronzer contour stick. So everybody seems to really love those. I've never used a cream one before because I've been fine with the powder ones, but the other day, I'm just going to tell you, I was watching videos and it just looked so fun and it was so like visually satisfying to watch them just like rub everything in. Do you ever find yourself watching videos like that? I mean, I gotta stop. But anyway, it's super fun. Let me figure out what I'm going to put on first. We're going to start with the eyes and go from there. Okay, because I don't want to overwhelm people, there are so many different steps you can take when it goes to putting on makeup. Like, I can put on the, oh my God, like before I hit record, I always know what I'm going to say. And then I hit record and it's like, go ahead, Tish, look like an ass. Hold on. Primer, my eyelid primer. I'm not going to do that today. As you can see, like I say, I always feel like a broken record, but I do realize not everybody watches anything that I post. So I can't pretend that if you're watching this right now that it might not be, maybe it's the first time you've ever watched it, which is totally fine. I just appreciate if you are here watching anything. Right now I'm putting on a primer on my face. This one actually adds just a little bit of, I don't want to call it a sheen or a highlight, but it's just a little bit of a glow, which I think is very helpful the older we get. Our skin just tends to not glow as much. I feel like I am definitely working a lot harder these days to get a nice glow. So I am moisturizing until the cows come home. I don't have any cows, so it's going to be moisturizing for days. So anyways, I'm using this right now as my primer. I moisturized my face earlier. Everything's dry. So I'm going to let this sit while I do my eyes. And what I was getting at with the primer in so many steps, I'm not going to overwhelm you thinking that you have to buy 17 different products to put makeup on you know, on a Sunday afternoon, or if you're going out or whatever, because you really don't have to. When during the day, I don't even bother putting makeup on my face because for my job, I wear masks all day long. So honestly, I just put a moisturizer on my face and I just do a little bit of eyeliner, mascara, and I dip my finger, literally my pinky finger, into something shimmery, and I just put it on my eyelids, and I'm good to go. And of course, I draw in my eyebrows, excuse me, which I will do when I get to that point. So anyways, as far as the eyes go, no primer today. I'm just going to go ahead and not even do a lighter shade. I'm going to strictly just use this palette, and I'm going to go ahead and go with this lighter color up here. I'm not going to go all around. I'm just going to do, since I'm suffering from hooded eye syndrome these days, excuse me, I need some water. I'm just going to start probably right about here so you can see the color above my eyelids. Because if I put something in where my crease was years ago, you won't see it as soon as my eyes are open. It's going to just sink into there and you're not going to see that color. So I'm going to go ahead and get a brush out and just put a little bit on, okay? So I will show you, my brushes are not cleaned. I wanted to clean them, dang it, and I didn't do it. That happens. So anyways, I'm just tapping it in here. I'm going to tap off to the side. Just get a little bit of the extra product off, because if you don't, you're going to put this on your eyes and all of it's just going to, what's it going to do? Fall onto your face. That's why I wait until last minute to do all the rest of my face makeup, just to make sure all that stuff is gone and does not ruin my makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this on and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I haven't done a whole lot, as you can see, if you can tell. I've only done this eye here. I have not done this one yet. So here, what I've done is I've just very lightly, I dipped my brush in a couple times and tapped it, and then just very lightly swirled, and I just sat here and blended all up in this area and a little bit down here. I kind of left this open because I'm going to use that as for one of these shimmery colors. So for me personally, I don't need to put a color there because I just want it to stick to my eyeball. Those shimmers I think look a little bit better just on plain skin. That's my own opinion again. So yeah, I'm going to do the other one over here and then start in on the other dark shade down below. And I'm just going to add that to the corner when I get there. I'll be right back. After a while, this light is really bright and I can't even see the contrast anymore of some colors on my face. So I think I have them even. I did just this kind of more of a peachy pink color, very lightly, as this will be kind of my underneath my transition. So I'll have just a little bit, hopefully, poking out in front if I don't go overzealous with my colors like I usually do. So I'm going to put a little bit of the brown on in the corner next. I'm going to go ahead and use this kind of bullet-shaped, more dense brush that I just dipped in here, and I'm just going to kind of tap literally a little bit on the edges and kind of in, and I'm just gonna maybe go over a couple different times. I've never used these colors before, so I'm not really sure how they're gonna go together, and then blend them all up and I'll be back. Okay, so what I did was I took that kind of that bullet-shaped brush, tapped it in with the darker brown color, and I literally just tapped kind of in that shape right there, and I just kept it to that area. What I love about these products is that they are buildable. So, I mean, many products are, doesn't make them any more spectacular than anybody else in that aspect. But there are the aspects that make them better than everybody else. And I will tell you all about it if you want to know. But anyway, so I put that 3 swoops is what I did to get that shade. So if I felt it was a little bit too light and I wanted a little bit more color, well, then I tapped in and tapped back on again. So what I'm going to do, I haven't done any blending. I'm going to go back with a brush and just kind of blend those two together just to kind of get a nice little uniform instead of like the stark, look at those. Okay. I'm trying to keep it a little bit less dramatic today. I think I say that every time too. I want some waffles. Don't waffles sound good right now? Blended, not blended. Still color there, and if I wanted it to be darker, I could still add a little bit more of the colors and just blend them until I got them where I wanted them. But I'm perfectly happy with the amount I have here. So I'm going to blend that side and equal it up and then add a little bit of shimmer, and I'll be right back. My heater just turned on and the cats are having a fist fight out in the background, so I apologize if you hear anything crazy. So I didn't do anything to this eye since I just blended, but I did add literally a little pinky full. I took this really pretty shimmery color, took my pinky and just rubbed it in there, got really pretty shimmer. It's not showing, there we go, on there. And I literally just went from the inside corner, swooped out and just kind of blended that in. And I just think that's so pretty, how that just kind of brightens stuff up. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side next. So this is also the first time I'm trying this. This literally just came out. This is a lash primer. Super excited to give myself just a little bit extra something because I'm not the type to go and get the fake lashes done. I'm a minimalist when it comes to a lot of things. As far as like the fancy stuff goes, I won't do that. I hardly ever do nails. In fact, but I did think about putting some fake ones on today. I've got some glue and some press-ons, and I thought, hey, let's be fancy and put on some fake nails. That's a different post. Anyways, this is white. You just brush this on your lashes just like you would mascara, and then put your mascara on, and it'll help with length and thickness. And let's put this on real quick before I finish up everything else. I just had to show you how weird it looks. I've never done this before. I've never used a lash primer. This is my first ever. I've never even put like a eyelid primer. You know, some people say do that, and no, I've never done that before either. So anyway, I have it on this eye. So I'm gonna put on the other one, and then yeah, this is fun. It's kind of a fun look. I kind of feel like Madonna, except for my eyebrows aren't blonde. Okay, now that I got that on, I'm gonna go ahead and put my BB cream on, which I prefer. We'll finish up the eyes in a little bit because I still have to draw on my eyebrows. But I prefer the BB cream. I think that's a lighter formulation. The CC covers up a little bit more. For me, I like a little less coverage. All makeups are going to get in the creases of your face, and like I said, I don't want to use a whole bunch of products to decrease that because it's just me around the house today. Might go to the store or something. I don't need a ton of stuff going on. I don't want a ton of stuff. I probably do need it, but I don't want to. So I'm gonna do the BB, and this one is in Light 01. So I'm gonna grab my brush. I think it's this one. A chic. And I'm gonna start off with seriously the tiniest bit of product because it covers a lot. And I don't like a lot all over. So, and then shoot, I wish I didn't put all that on there. I would have showed you a half and half, because it really changes the complexion of your face. I have a lot of pink tones in my skin, and once I get this on here with the primer, it definitely takes it away, which I love because I'm a pink girl. All right, so I'm gonna put that on and then put a little concealer on underneath, and I need 2 more hands. Hold on. This is the concealer stick that I'm never tried before, ever. So I just literally, it glided. It glowed. It slid on ever so smoothly. It was almost like putting like a lip moisturizer on your lips. It was very nice and smooth. So I'm gonna blend all this stuff in, okay, since I'm trying not to make this really long. Again, also, I'm not a professional makeup artist, okay? I feel some days like I literally just started putting makeup on 7 months ago. It's just never been one of my big things that I've done by myself. Like growing up when I was a young teen, my BFF, Jenny, if you're watching this, you know, I was never into makeup. Jenny got me like into makeup back then, but it was really only when we hung out, and she would do my makeup for me, and I loved it. Like it was always so fun. And watching people do makeup, it's always been one of those things that I've been very enamored of and could never really do it. So now that I'm forcing myself to do this, I almost feel like I hope I'm doing not a disservice to you. I hope I'm showing you something. So just know that somebody who doesn't have a lot of talent in makeup is just really trying to feel better and look better. And hey, you know, if you learn a little something from me that helps you, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So I've blended in from what I can see. Like I said, these lights are super bright. My foundation and the concealer. I really don't hate how the concealer turned out. I don't know what that was on my nose. I think it looks pretty good. I feel like there's a cat hair on me. I don't know that I'll really bother going over it with my other with my VFX concealer, because I do like these a lot. Maybe I'll just do a tinge, because I really like how it's all just kind of sitting together here. Okay, I decided to put just a tiny bit of the VFX concealer just in the corners, just because I feel like I could see maybe a little bit of what I consider my dark circles under my eyes. So I'm just giving myself a little tiny bit of help here. And then also what I love about the concealers is if I do go out of the lines over here, I can just kind of do this, lift it up, and clean off my margins. Let's do some eyebrows. This is driving me crazy. So Farmasi has not come out with an ultra fine eyebrow pencil yet. They're supposed to be coming out with one, and when they do, I'm super excited because the only thing non-Farmasi related, honestly, right now that I don't wear is what I use to draw in my eyebrows. My eyebrows are thin. I've tried to grow them. I really have. I kind of got really lax on the serum. I only seriously just picked it back up. I bought a brand new tube, kind of literally tossed it off to the side. It ended up in a box that got shoved underneath something else. It was the holidays, blah, 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 excuses. But long story short, I have not been using it. I did notice a difference when I was using it religiously, but I need to just somehow build it back into my daily processes because right now my brain is just everywhere and I can't keep my shit together half the time. So I use the Maybelline Express Brow. I don't know which color this is, some sort of a brown color. So I'll just kind of show you real quick what I do. I usually do these in the bathroom. I feel like my lighting's a little better and I can lean over and get really close into the mirror. But what I try to do is just trace a line here where like the tail of my, excuse me, my voice is changing, where the tail of my eyebrow would be. I just kind of help it along and just kind of give myself a little extra something there. I try to make it to where it's kind of meeting the corner of my eye. I don't want it too super long. And then up into here, so I don't know if you can see the border, I will just very lightly touch and color that in a little bit. And then I help this area along here because it is a little uneven and thinning. And I literally just start from this end corner right there where my border is and draw up and just kind of meet back up here. And I just kind of help that border along a little bit. It's very, very minimal, very faint. And then how I get my arches, because if you've seen my pictures, I don't know if you've noticed, but my arches are just a little bit more defined. So what I'm trying to personally go for and what look works for me, I know there are so many people out there who do different things with their eyebrows, and that's cool. I'm not that talented. I'm not the best at drawing anything. So for me, I just do what works for me. So I'm going to draw this up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to meet this area here. I can't do it looking in there. And I'm just going to kind of gently go up this direction because I know my arch is going to be right about up here. And then I start just kind of do a quick little flick down, and then I'm just going to color that in lightly and then meet it down here a little bit. Like that. So it kind of met with the tail. Now I have a little bit of an arch. Now I need to kind of even this out. So what I try to do with this is I just kind of start over here at my lower border and I very lightly just kind of go, I guess from left to right or right to left to kind of even that out a little bit. And then I'll just kind of tuck that right there so it matches with that top line of the arch area. And you know, it's not perfect, but that works for me. It's better than whatever was not going on over here. So it gives me a little bit more definition, and now I can talk with my eyebrows. Don't laugh, but I always feel like this one looks a little wrong. Different lighting, okay? It's just like completely different space for me to do my eyebrows, and I've totally gone over time. I am so sorry. If you're still watching, thank you. But anyways, so I always think of myself as like Mommy Dearest. If you've ever seen the movie, the mom, I think, did Angelica Houston play her? Anyway, she had very like dominant eyebrows, very like angry eyebrows, and that's shit. All right, where was I? I finished up the concealer earlier before I went back into the eyebrows. Some people like to use like a loose translucent powder or some sort of a sealing powder underneath their eyes to, you know, seal in so you don't get creases. That's a bunch of bull stuff, okay? If you have mature skin like me, if you have wrinkles like me, you're gonna have creases in your makeup after a while, okay? It might look great and pristine before you walk out the door, but after a while of laughing and smiling and frowning and whatevering you're doing with your face, talking to the world with your face, it's gonna crease. It's just gonna happen. So there are touch-ups and things that you do throughout the day. That's great and fine, but I'm just here to tell you, okay, there are filters and whatnot out there. You're gonna get creases. no matter how much product, and the more product you put on your face, probably the more it's going to look gross. So less is more. Less is more. That's why you get a good product where you don't have to put a ton of it on. I'm perfectly happy with this. Nothing's finished. Okay, nothing's finished. So I do see my bags. The lighting, it's different. Okay, I'm not a professional. I don't have like all the photographic crap going on. I'm just gonna use this. I'm using like 3 different mascaras. This is a double lash extend, so you have the volume out of this portion. It's got 2 openings, but it's the same wand. So that one gives you a little bit more product on it for the volume, and then for the length, it's a little bit less product. You get a little bit more of the wand cleaned off. It's like a tighter chamber in there. So that just kind of extends all the product out. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of mascara on and go from there. Holy crap. I did not use my less is more rule like I normally do, but I put on like a couple extra coats of the lash primer, and this is what happened. And you guys know, if you watch me enough, you know that I have very sparse lashes, but it makes me look like there's a lot there. This is a little bit more mascara than I would normally wear. I don't know if you can see this. I hope you're not seeing any bats in my cave, but whoa. Okay, now I'm scared. I'm nervous and scared. We're going to try the cream contour stick. I've never done it before. I don't even know where to put it now. I saw someone do it like this before. This is the best day ever. Okay, so I did some contour down here because I got some jowls. I'm going to, obviously, we're blending this in, blending it up here. I didn't put as much like the Alatragus as, you know, you watch, okay, watching people, everybody's like, you do it like this, you do it like this, you want lift, you put it here, fudge. I don't know where to stick anything anymore, okay? That's what she said too, and then I'm going to just blend the stuff. I did my nose. I don't think I need to do my nose, but once I started doing it, I was like, hey, I made things a little bit thinner and I stuck some here on the sides. I haven't seen anybody do that yet. You saw it here first, sticking it here on the sides of my nostrils. We're going to try to tame the nostrils down. Thank you, Grandma. I found a clean brush. It's not as big as the one that I would normally use, I think, for this, but I'm going to use it just because it's clean. And so you can watch me blend it in because I'm kind of scared. I've never used a cream one before. I did let it sit for a little bit, so it would kind of warm up to my face. I feel like everybody that does their makeup has like this one ginormous brush that's like a quarter size of their head, you know. I like this color so far. Of course, it could be my crazy, crappy lighting that I got going on here, but I like the color of how this turns out once it's blended in. It's way more like natural. It's not like super, whoa, she's contouring or whatevering, and that makes me happy. I feel like a leprechaun when I was trying to grow out my my little leprechaun-y beard. Okay, let me finish blending without you having to watch me be miserable here, and I'll come back. I'm so pale, and like my skin and whatever is so sensitive that I could literally just like touch myself here and later have red spots. So the fact that I, you know, kind of blended stuff down on my neck, it's gonna be kind of pinkish in color. It's gonna look totally different. I do not worship the sun, so everything like here below is stark in contrast, way different than anything I put on my face, even if it's the lightest color of the rainbow. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the contouring. I really dig the stick. So now I'm gonna get the highlighting stick. Is that this one? Yeah, let's highlight with a stick. This will be fun. Okay, so I usually put a little bit here. This is highlighter, right? It is a little bit of a highlighter, but it's not as like, I like a little bit of shimmer. Just a little bit of shimmer never hurt anybody, right? I'd be so mad right now if I got like the concealer and the other one mixed up. Let's see. What is this? No, that's definitely a concealer, not a highlighter. Weird. Maybe I'm expecting something a little different. I mean, I can see it has a little bit of a sheen when I turn my head from where I've put it. I put it here, but it's not like, this is almost like a, I almost feel like I could use this as like a foundation, like a spot. And since I had a little zit thing down there, I mean, whatever, okay. It's working. Do you ever just do that? Like, okay, here, pink, pink, pink. I'm seriously having second thoughts about putting eyeliner on, just because even though I'm not used to wearing this much product on my eyelashes, and I think this one needs a little tiny bit extra to match up with this one, but I kind of like just the look being so minimal like this. I really don't know what I want to do now. I think I do want to put a little bit of color under here, but I'm not sure. Okay, so while I'm totally fine with how this particular highlighter showed up, it's just a little bit different from what I've been used to using. That's the only thing. But I totally see how it's a very nice, subtle glow in the areas that I put it. So I put it here, I put it here on my nose, here on my nose, I put it down here on my chin, I put it up here in the middle of my forehead, and here on both sides, and then here on this cheek too. But I am gonna use, I think I'm gonna use the Peach Bite palette for, if you can see here, for my blush, because I just want to kind of keep on with the whole more natural look. And I might just put a hair touch of the more shimmery highlighter on, and then figure out what I'm going to do with my eyes. Okay, I think just to finish the eye look here, I'm going to take this bullet brush again and just dip in the darker brown. Which one is that? That's this one here. That's the one that I used for this inner corner after I did the first transitional shade, which was that one right there. And then I used the light shimmery color on my lid. I think I'll just leave it that way. I don't think I need a whole bunch more. And what I'm going to do then is also take that more darker shimmer one and just kind of lightly add it underneath as well, just to give it a little bit more definition, so it's not completely washed out with not having anything there. But I don't want to close it up by putting too much on, so we'll see. Okay, I think that turned out perfect. It's just a little bit of extra color to kind of bring them all together and give a little definition. I'll put just a tiny bit of that pretty shimmery color on there. I don't know what that's going to look like. It probably won't show up that much. A little bit. Just a little, not much. I like it. I like it a lot. So fun. So freaking pretty. I really love these shimmers that they've been coming out with on these new palettes, because like they make such a nice, delicate yet bold statement on their own, if that makes any sense. Because when I just wear them on their own, I feel like they're light enough to where they almost look wet, and I really like that color, that really nice dewy type, finish. I just really like the way they look. So I think I'm okay with my eyes being like that today. Let's finish up the lips, and we will go with the lip kit that came with the Luna. Was that Luna Dune? Is that what it was called? I keep getting all these ones mixed up. And of course, they had it written on my destroyed box from earlier because I keep getting them mixed up. I have Desert Sands, Rose Dune, and Luna Rose. That's why I keep getting mixed up. And holy crap, we're at 30 minutes. I am so sorry. So we are going to go in with the, which one is this? This is number 222 lip liner, and this beautiful color that matches it and the eyeshadow perfectly. I'll be right back. Okay, so I put that color on. It's super, super pretty. I really like it, but it's just one of those colors that I'm not used to wearing. I feel like and I kind of went out of the lines, so I had to fix it a little tiny bit. So now I'm like kind of goobered because now I'm turning red because I touched myself a little bit with a Q-tip. But anyway, so I'm happy with it all turned out. I really, really like the palette and the colors. I just put a little bit of the Time Locker setting spray on a sponge, just a little bit. I like it because it adds a little bit of extra moisture at the end, and just sets things nicely. And I think in my mind, it adds a little bit of a nice glow. I could be just lying to myself, but I really like this stuff. And I don't necessarily like to just spray it on my face. So I like a little bit more controlled of where it goes. And if I'm going to be kind of, letting it set anyway, I'll just do it like this. Alrighty. Okay, well, I'm really sorry I went over. Gosh, I always try to make these quick, and there's nothing quick about me. All right, I'm gonna go finish my hair and make some wax melts, I guess. Have a great day.